Hello YouTube, it is Jean-Luc from Fins and Flora. I haven't made a video, no that's a lie, I have made videos in a while. I haven't uploaded in a while because it turns out I hate editing. So what I'm going to do is I've got some videos where I filmed a bunch of parts and I haven't stitched together. It doesn't take that long, but I've got a lot of other stuff going on in my life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little quick video about a project I'm going to work on, and I'm going to upload that, and as I move through steps I will upload more of that rather than trying to stitch it together. So hopefully answers will happen for the follow-up videos for this. But recently in the pandemic, I decided that I was going to set up an African cichlid tank. And you can see there's some not African cichlids. I've got a Molly in there that has a big lump on him that I didn't notice was on him because I actually bred him in a tub, and I put him in here. And I put some guppy in there. There were some other ones in there. He has actually, I put him in as a juvenile because when I first got these guys, I thought that they weren't eating very well. And I think they came with Camellanus worms because I saw some stuff. I've been treating the tank. I lost one, but I don't know. I hope they're eating now. They're putting on weight, so that's good. That's good. And you'll notice there's a kind of funny, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a funny sound in the background. And what I wanted to do to try to kind of make this tank as stable as possible, it's only about a 35 gallon, is I was going to make a sump. And I've never done that before. So that was kind of an exciting project for me. And this tank has been kind of rewarding and frustrating. My goal, when I first set this up, I didn't really have any plants in there except for some floating water sprite, but I want to kind of keep this minimally planted, but I still have a thick substrate there. So I've got pool filter sand and just some sand I dig out of the ground when I was doing some work on my buddy's property when we were planting some trees. And then you can't see it so much here, but there is garden soil in the bottom, or the sea compost. Miracle-Gro sea compost that I use in all of my tanks. It's thicker in the back because originally I was going to do this a lot more heavily planted, but I want to try to keep it kind of minimally planted. So I've got some hornwort in there because I like that. I'm trying to think about what would look pseudo reef-like. And I got some lace leaf that I don't remember what the species was, but it's dying back, but it's kept that one leaf, and I'm hoping it'll come back. But for the filtration, in addition to my deep substrate layer, which is not as deep as it could have been, first I thought it was going to be too deep, and then everything kind of compacted down a little bit, and then it was kind of shallow. I got an air stone, and I built this spray bar, and it's bringing up water from the sump underneath, which I'll show you in a second. And so this was a design I saw on Aquarium Co-op, so all the stuff here is glued, but the spray bar in the middle there is not glued, and I have a line of holes going this way, and I've got 2 or 3 other holes kind of shooting out down towards the bottom, and it actually has there is still some mold and stuff down there, but a lot more of the debris is staying off the bottom, which is good. But as for why that sound is coming from down there, I will get to that. And then I didn't want to drill the tank, so this is a design that I saw on DIY, or King of DIY, and it is an overflow valve for a sump. So what I've got is I've got a 2-inch ABS pipe that's capped at the end, and then I built this out of 1-inch PVC. So this goes down to the bottom of that black tube. Water overflows down into there, goes into there, up the tube, down here, down and around, and then it eventually comes out into the sump down here. Now, here where some of my errors went. When I glued this together, I didn't do a good job figuring out where this angle was. Originally, I was going to have this whole thing tucked around the back, but then this came out at an awkward angle, and the bottom part here came out at an awkward angle about here, and I had a hard time getting the water into there, and I was having what I thought were problems there. So I turned it, and the flow was better yesterday, And this morning I ran into this problem again. So here's where that sound's coming from. Just stop the aquarium above from overflowing. I put my pump that pumps the water up close to the water line so that it will stop pumping before things overflow. Which means if the pump keeps sucking air, the pump will break before anything else, which is a least expensive disaster. This pump, I got it from Laguna. It was about $30-ish, and it's pumping too fast. Even on its minimum flow, it's pumping too fast, which tells me that it's something going on with this. When I first got this up and running, it was actually sucking water so fast that the pump couldn't keep up with it. So I'm going to go over some of the changes that I made from the King of DIY's video, and some of the ones I'm going to fix, and the order I'm going to fix them in, because I will fix them from cheapest to more expensive, which we'll go through that. So one, it's hard to see, on my standpipe. Now, that's the roof. This isn't wanting to focus. I didn't drill lines. So he drilled lines and holes along here to increase water flow. I didn't do that. I'm going to revisit that. That's the cheapest option, because I just take that pipe out, drill, and let more water go in. And that would, if the limiting factor is water can't get down fast enough, but could otherwise go through the pipes fast enough, that will fix that. So that's an easy fix. That's change number one. When I was re-watching his video this morning, I noticed that when I glued this and put this all together, I assembled it slightly differently than he had. What he had done was, where this T-joint was actually an elbow that came up. And then he put his T on the external standpipe. So what this is basically the water inside of this pipe will sit at the same level as the water inside the tank here. Okay. So perhaps having it as the T here and the elbow down here, by having it up here, it would mean that water would potentially stay in the system a little bit better, and I don't know if that would help flow. I had assumed that by having less elbows that would fix my flow. So second fix, if the drilling the holes there doesn't work, is I'm just going to build a new one of these, which is not super expensive. I already have the glue. I would need to buy a whole bunch more elbows, and I need to buy one more length of pipe. But that's not a big fix. And that's relatively quick. That's like an hour or so. Fix number 3. There is a pump that you can buy where it will suck air and water. And so then you put a check valve in here. So you put you drill a little hole, put the air line in here, and have the water or air, because what could happen is if air gets in there, it can run into problems. That's another thing, is the pipe in here is actually shorter than I would like it to be. But that might not be the issue, and when I rebuild this, I would fix that anyways. Right, so fix 1, cheapest fix, drill some holes in the internal standpipe. Next expensive fix, rebuild this. Fixing this part and making my pipe go lower. Because what's probably happening is that when this is going well, it goes too well and it sucks air and it loses some of its prime. And when you have air that starts to get trapped in this section, it actually lowers your flow rate. And that causes problems. Cheap fix number 3. Drill in a hole, get that special pump that sucks air and water, and get that going in here. So even without stitching this together, this is a 10-minute video, probably too long. But I'm going to upload this, and I will check back in when I do more fixes. And I got along with some other stuff because I have to go back to work soon, and I've been doing courses and I've been doing homeschooling for my kid. So life's been a little bit busy. So making videos of doing stuff makes things a lot slower. So I'm gonna do things, and I'll do update videos afterwards. All right, see you later.